Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan Baumgart, the CEO of Atomic Consulting, and today I want to speak with you about offshore Forex broker licensing. So let's get started. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about 4 offshore regions that you may or may not heard of. I'm just going to briefly go over these, and as always, if you'd like to dive into them in more detail, don't hesitate to contact our team. So we're going to start with Belize. So Belize is located in Central America. It shares a border with Mexico and Guatemala and has emerged as a region in Central America that offers FX broker licensing. In our view, it's one of the major regions for FX broker licensing, and although it's not really an island, it's more or less considered an offshore destination. That's why we're covering it in this video. The regulator in Belize is the IFSC, or the International Financial Services Commission of Belize. They've been regulating Forex trading for a fair amount of time now, and a couple of years back, they hiked up the capital requirements up to 500,000 US dollars. So this is very important to know. If you're looking to get an FX broker license in Belize, the capital requirements are relatively high compared to other regions, that we'll be discussing in this video and others as it relates to offshore licenses. Now, an attraction of Belize, which is a common theme for all the regions we're discussing, is that a broker can engage in market making activities. The broker can either do STP, it can do B-book or market making, or a hybrid. This is all permissible in Belize. With that said, the banking in Belize is so-so, and that's why if you are interested in getting this specific license, it's best to contact us so we can properly advise you about what to think about and also weigh the pros and cons when it comes to this region. So next on our list is the British Virgin Islands, or BVI. So BVI is located in the Caribbean, very close to Puerto Rico. And just like Belize, they have been regulating FX for a fair amount of time now. The regulatory body, which covers FX trading in BVI, is simply known as the FSC, or Financial Services Commission. And to be very specific, foreign exchange regulation was put into law in 2010, so roughly 10 years ago, via the Securities and Investment Business Act. And if you wanted to learn more about this, I've linked our page on BVI, and you can find more details about this act in our complete website overview on BVI. So what makes BVI unique from other regions is they don't have a set capital requirement there, which is interesting. Now this is both a pro and a con. On the positive side, the net capital requirement could be quite low, depending on your broker and what they determine. However, it can also be higher. Our experience shows that it's generally in the range of 300,000 to $500,000 US dollars, but it can go upwards to 1 million depending on the firm and how large it is. So this is definitely a factor to keep in mind if you're looking to apply for an FX broker license there. With that said, similar to all the offshore regions, there's no restrictions on deposit bonuses, promotions, or other things, and you can also do market making with no leverage restrictions. That's what makes Belize, like all offshore regions, quite attractive. So to learn more, feel free to contact us. Okay, next up are the Cayman Islands. So Cayman Islands are located in the Caribbean, to be more specific, south of Cuba. And similar to the regions we've been discussing, they also have now about a 10-year history or so of regulating FX. The regulatory body there is, I'll call it CIMA. It stands for the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority. And in Cayman Islands, so far has the cheapest capital requirement. It's only 125,000 US dollars. One thing to note is everything in the Cayman Islands is done in their own local currency, so I just converted it for the purpose of this video. If you want to know how FX trading got started in Cayman Islands, you can reference the Securities Investment Business Law. And similar to BVI, we have a link to this on our homepage related to Cayman Islands, so feel free to check that out. It's a common theme with Cayman Islands as it is with the other regions. The main attraction are no restrictions on leverage, no restrictions on deposit bonuses, and the ability to perform market making, STP, or a hybrid, all depending on what you want to do. Now, with that said, Cayman Islands does have a reputation for being a region that takes quite a while to grant licenses. So what we always advise our clients who are interested in this region is to expect a relatively longer wait time when compared to both the average for offshore and other regions. So this is something to keep in mind if you are interested in applying for this license. And as always, contact us if you want to have a more in-depth discussion. So next on the list, we have Fiji. So Fiji, unlike the regions we've talked about, is located very far away. It's in what is referred to as Oceania, so Australia, New Zealand, kind of the same geographical location, but even further away than that. So let's say, known as a vacation destination for that part of the world, which also regulates FX. Now, of the regions we've discussed, I would say that Fiji is the most rare or esoteric regulatory body. There's really only a handful of brokers regulated here. If you wanted to get a license, you really should talk to us so we can advise you on it, just because it is not the most well-known region, but it does offer FX trading. And it's regulated by the local reserve bank. So unlike other regions we've discussed, the Reserve Bank of Fiji actually regulates FX instead of a separate government body. With that said, the capital is fairly low at only 25,000 US dollars. And there's not much more I can mention. Like I said, it's more of a vague region. So if you really wanted a license there, it would be best to get in touch with us so we can discuss it with you further. So that was a very quick wrap up and review of 4 offshore regions. Now, we have a second part to this video where I will discuss the more popular or well-known offshore regions. I wanted to split it up because it's a lot just for one video. So if you want to now hear about some of the more popular and recognized offshore regions, then just click onto the next video. Once again, thanks for checking out our channel. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and don't hesitate to contact us to learn more about offshore broker licensing. Thank you and have a great day.